welcome to our new A Song of Ice and Fire Stats Commander Spotlight series, where we'll be kicking things off today by talking about Joffrey Baratheon, first of his name and the true king of the Seven Kingdoms. Joffrey has recently become the highest rated Lannister faction commander. In the past week he's gained over 20 ranking points, putting him now at plus 73 rating. He has overtaken the High Sparrow as the long-time standing top Lannister performer. He has also recently been taken to the number one spot in the Assault on Riverrun tournament. A number of top performers in this event have been fielding Joffrey to very good success. With an overall 58% win ratio, he largely outperforms the Lannister average of 49%. More specifically, his tournament wins are at 61%. This indicates that he is at his best when used by very experienced players in very tough situations. Joffrey excels at the Tournament 2 list format, having some quite extreme factional matchup statistics. He's one of the few Lannister commanders who manages to record a greater than 50% win ratio against the ever-prevalent Starks. He is very, very weak into both Free Folk and Night's Watch, which is not at all surprising when we start to look at how susceptible those Kingsguard that he brings can be to some of their key components. In contrast to his factional matchups, Joffrey is shown to be very consistent across all the major game modes, recording greater than 50% win rates in all of the big six. Joffrey is the ultimate in a high-risk, high-reward strategy, and this is well displayed in his own attachment abilities. When he dies, he will panic the entirety of the rest of your army, as well as giving up 2 additional VPs. So, why would we want to take this commander? Well, Joffrey can never be discussed without also discussing the strength of the Kingsguard unit that he can bring to the table. At a cost of 6 points, the Kingsguard are the most efficient point-for-point unit in the entire game. But they themselves maintain this high-risk, high-reward strategy. With only 8 wounds, the Kingsguard are very susceptible to auto-wounding effects. This means, of course, that they mean to be very wary of Free Folk trappers, giants, and of course, a stone thrower. Since the changes to the Baratheon banners, the Kingsguard now are incredibly adaptable. Their banner that allows a free maneuver at the start of every action allows the unit to act as cavalry throughout most of the game, allowing them to apply their force where needed upon the battlefield. But many of their other banners provide incredible strength if the unit gets into a protracted melee. Never underestimate the value of using a Baratheon banner to retreat from any combat that's not favourable to you, and possibly even in the same turn charge into an entirely new target, gaining charge bonuses as well as removing yourself from a situation that you didn't want to be in. Joffrey's first tactics card, You Will Obey Me, provides +1 to hit and +2 attacks on a melee attack. After the attack is completed, the unit will become weakened, and another unit from your army will become panicked. This card has great synergy with Knights of Casterly Rock on the charge. If this unit charges almost any unit in the front, there is a real chance that they can wipe them out. The downside is, of course, that you are now weakened and can't follow the attack up instantly. So it is very much a case of trying to apply this force at the right time to gain an advantage, and then not allow your opponent to capitalize on the tokens that you've given out. This can often mean retreating after this initial charge, or positioning yourself somewhere safe. Joffrey's second tactics card, Traitors, I Will Have Their Heads, provides an incredibly powerful start of turn effect. This panic test, however, comes with the downside of allowing your opponent to place a panic token and a weaken token on your army. So you really must be sure that you need this panic fail. But this single action can have a huge swing on the battlefield. Maybe you need to force an opponent to drop an objective through a failed panic test, or you can finish a unit off before they can activate and do some real damage. I think in general the combination needs to come with Cersei Lannister or with Hear Me Roar. Joffrey's third tactics card, I Am the King, allows a unit to block D3 wounds before they are taken after the defense die are rolled. The after the defense die is rolled is a key stipulation here, as it allows it to be combined with Wealth of the Rock. It allows units that otherwise would die to be saved, and even blocks auto wounds. So let's talk a little bit about what units best combine with Joffrey. Because of all the panic mechanics that he puts out, he regularly finds himself fielded with the poor fella, with their impressive morale, shrug off the effects of the panic token, and are completely immune to his death. Another powerful combination, as discussed with his tactics cards, is Knights of the Casterly Rock. He allows them to become one of the most explosive units on the charge. You, however, must be very careful with the follow-up positioning, and if you roll badly, they can become stuck in a protracted combat, now completely full of tokens. As the whole theme goes, Joffrey needs to be very careful in the way he is played and the way his tactics cards are applied. But when applied to their best effect, he seems to be very, very efficient right now and is winning some key games. If you've enjoyed our spotlight on Joffrey today, and you'd like to know more about him or any of the other commanders in the game, then head over to A Song of Ice and Fire stats. Log on in and take a look around at the thousands of results that we've had submitted and the statistical work that we do to bring you the most up-to-date information on ranking these commanders and helping you up your game.